Warriors, welcome to another episode of the Anxiety Guy podcast. This is episode number 327, and I'm so grateful that you can join me here today. Please go ahead and subscribe to this podcast if, in fact, you are suffering from anxiety and are looking for total transformation, or share this podcast with somebody else or a group who may be in need. As well, if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, head on over to theanxietyguy.com today. And Warriors, today is about trusting in you once again. That's right, trusting in you once again. Because many times we can do many things for ourselves, many good things, but we just don't seem to connect that trust in ourselves to fulfill the goals that we desire for ourselves. When we see the world through a new pair of eyes, when we hear the world through a new pair of ears, and feel the world through a new sense of touch, it becomes safe. And when safety is brought forward as a general connection to reality, there is no longer a need to spur on any anxiety or any panic. Warrior, on this journey, it's going to be vital that you trust in you once again. And you may be thinking, trust in me, Dennis? What does that even mean? What I mean is you are recreating yourself. You are not living by the demands of panic or anxiety anymore. You are coming into your own, so to speak. Before, everything you said and did was determined by what anxiety let you say and do. That's all changing now. And with these changes, you are going to find that you are changing at the deepest identity levels as well. Let me give you an example. People. I began naturally feeling more and more distant from my friends, simply because the universe picked up on the person I was becoming and felt that these people were no longer going to contribute to the changes I was making on the inside. I simply couldn't be at peace and have toxic energy around me at the same time. It was going to be one or the other. So I slowly gravitated away from many of my friends. The ones that stayed in my life were easygoing, non-judgmental, and they didn't bring drama to our conversations. And Warriors, that's just one example of the external changes that may happen due to the internal changes you're making right now. Today, you must simply trust that whatever direction speaks to your heart, you can follow it. You may be pulled to start sports again. Well, go for it. You may be pulled to write a book about your anxiety experience. Write it. Today, we trust entirely on what you know to be true for you, not what you think is true for you. Today, it's very, very important that you work with the changes that are going on the inside. Because many times, this overactive, overthinking mind likes to edit what the heart believes. And if this overactive, overthinking, overworrying mind edits what the heart believes, we tend to fall victim, and we tend to believe that that editing job is in fact true, when in fact it's just covering up what's really true. And Warrior, I just want to take a moment right now to say how proud I am of you. You're doing it. You're here. You're listening to my voice. You really are doing it. And as we move towards this progression, this healing, it's very important that you be gentle towards yourself. Because we can get into a state where we're consuming so much information here, there, everywhere, and it could be confusing. It can be difficult to apply. So I want you to take a step back and just say, I'm doing quite well. I'm understanding things. I'm emotionally getting to a better place. And I'm no longer focusing on symptoms. I'm focusing on root causes. I'm focusing on going inwards towards places that I was afraid to go before. And I'm so proud of you. Continue to have the courage to trust in you again. Continue to have the courage to believe what your heart believes in any given situations, because remember, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. The only fear is coming from that overactive, over-worrying mind that simply wants to protect. And bless it for doing so. Gentleness, compassion, and courage today. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next podcast episode. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Bye-bye.